Well, most criminal offenses include at least one mens rea element. Now, when I say mens rea, what I mean is a specific culpable intention or mental state. The prosecution must prove beyond a reasonable doubt that the accused possessed a specific intention, that mens rea, in performing the prohibited criminal act in order to obtain a conviction. Now, theoretically, there could be as many different types of mens rea as there are English words describing a person's mental states. For example, legislature could enact a criminal statute requiring proof that a defendant acted maliciously, or he acted wantonly, or willfully, or unintentionally, or fraudulently, or any one of hundreds of other such terms describing particular types of intention. However, in most states and American jurisdictions, of course, today, following the lead of the Model Penal Code, most crimes require proof of only one of the four specific mens rea elements, namely the defendant acted purposely, knowingly, recklessly, or negligently. Now, purposeful actions are sometimes called intentional acts. Instead, often defined as those where it was the accused person's conscious objective to engage in conduct of a certain nature or to cause a specific result. Now, in most jurisdictions, the crime of first-degree murder requires that the defendant acted purposely, that his or her conscious objective was to kill the victim. Now, proof of only an accidental, unintentional, reckless, or negligent killing is not going to suffice. Therefore, to establish the commission of the offense, no go. Now, knowing actions, in contrast, are often defined as those where the accused person, he was aware or she was aware that the conduct was of a particular nature or that it was practically certain that it would cause a particular result. Now, proof that an accused person acted knowingly, unlike purposeful action, does not require the prosecution to establish the act or result that occurred was the actor's conscious objective. Hence, it is less difficult to prove. Recklessness. These actions are often defined as those where the accused consciously disregarded a substantial and unjustifiable risk that a particular element existed or would result from his or her conduct, where the disregard is deemed to be so gross and such a deviation from the standard of conduct that a reasonable person would observe. Now, in many jurisdictions, the element of malice necessary to establish the crime of murder can be implied from the accused person's reckless commission of a killing act. And finally, the least difficult to prove, criminal negligence. These acts are often defined as those where the accused person should have been aware of a substantial unjustifiable risk that a particular element existed or would result from his or her conduct. Now, while recklessness requires proof that the accused was consciously disregarded the risk in question, criminal negligence requires only proof that the accused should have been aware of that risk. Although most criminal offenses require proof of mens rea, some criminal statutes strict liability. Instead, they have no mens rea at all, no mens rea element. In that case, the prosecution need not prove any criminal intent at all on the part of the accused in order to secure a conviction.